Hello, students. In Unit 1 and 2, the doll's house was described by the author Catherine Mansfield, building up the excitement. So, in Unit 1 and 2, the inside and the outside of the house is described in a fascinating way. And the Burnell children are too happy and unable to contain that excitement, and they want to tell everybody about the doll's house. So, in Unit 3, the children walk to school fast the next morning. Why? Because they are dying to tell and to boast about their doll's house. But before the school bell rings, so they hurriedly walk to school. Now, Isabel, who is the eldest of the Burnell children, she tells her two younger sisters, who are Lottie and Keziah, and she tells them that she would be the one to talk about the house, to tell everyone about the house. And she tells them this by saying that she had the right of doing this because she was the eldest. In the story, Isabel is described as being bossy, and the two younger sisters, Lottie and Keziah, go along with her instructions and keep quiet because they knew the powers that went with being the eldest. And she instructs her younger sisters that she had this right because their mother had told her that she would be the one to choose and decide who would come to see the doll's house from school. And the family had so arranged that the doll's house would be kept in the courtyard, and the girls at school could come two at a time to look at the house. The family had also instructed Isabel that whoever or whichever of her friends came from school were not to stay to tea, and also they were not allowed to come running into their house, but were supposed to just stand quietly in the courtyard while Isabella pointed out the different elements and the beauties of the house. And what were Lottie and Keziah to do? They were just supposed to stand there and look happy and pleased. But even as they hurried to school, they had just managed to reach when the school bell rang. So they hardly had any time to take off their hats before they fell into line and the attendance was called. Isabel tried to make up for this by looking very important and very mysterious and whispering something in the girls' ears around her. And she told them that she had something to tell them at playtime. So she creates that suspense, and all her friends and the classmates are very excited to know what Isabella had to tell them. So when the playtime comes, Isabella is surrounded by all her classmates, and they are jostling and nudging and almost fighting to put their arms around her or to walk with her, and they are even trying to flatter and please her and to be her special friend, so that she tells them what the story or the suspense was. So Isabella moves towards the playground, and she stands under a pine tree while the girls giggled and nudged and pressed close to her, wanting to listen to what she had to say. But except for two girls of a classroom, everybody was surrounded, and these two girls were not allowed to come anywhere near the Burnell girls. Now, why these girls, who were known as the little Kelvies, not allowed to come near the Burnells, we learn in Unit 4.